Okay. I'm working on these lyrics right here. I don't even know when I wrote this thing. So, let's see. Alright. That's what I'm working on. Okay. So, start on the A minor chord. Then I go to the D5, which is, it's kind of like doing a suspended D. I don't know. Yeah. Let's see. 2nd fret, 3rd string up. 3rd fret, 2nd string up on the B string, then mute the high E string, then play from the D down. Yeah. And then from there we go up to the E minor, back to the D5, back to A minor, D5, A minor, E minor, D5, and then in the chorus it goes to G to D to C add 9. I'm still working this out, so yeah. Tired of listening to talking heads, grab my guitar, crush out what's left. Let's see. Alright, let's meter this shit out, man. Let's see. Tired of listening to talking heads, grab my guitar, crush out what's left. You're laid up behind me in the bed as I sit here strumming our life away. Hey, 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 hey. Pissed off and upset. Why does it have to be so hard? Never meant what I said. Guess you just took it the wrong way. Okay, I can hear the way it's going. It's just the way I'm strumming it. Tired of listening to talking heads, grab my guitar, crush out what's left. Let's see, how did I strum that time? Oh, I did write it. It was 7/17/2023. Okay. It was almost 2 years ago. See, I'm on the process of finding my old half-written songs, finishing them, and recording them. And I'm trying to get them into this book that I bought that I can put all my songs in. And so far, I only have one song in here. It's Unapologetically Barefoot and Badass, which is a ridiculous song. See, my goal is to get better at songwriting, not production, not engineering, just to be a better songwriter. I want to write great songs. I want to write great fucking songs. You know, I sat there and I watched Guy Clark for the last, I don't know, 3 days. And I'm just like, that's what I'm trying to do right there. If I could just make it off this fucking freeway alive, you know, which is right where I'm at, you know. You know, his LA Freeway song, you know, it's like right where I'm at, man, you know. If I could just make it off this freeway without getting killed or caught, I'll be fine. It's basically my fucking story, man. Alright. It really is. That's my fucking story. And I mean, it matches up with everything I'm fucking going through right now. And in one way or the other, maybe not literally, you know. I'm not a, you know, a dude on the run. You know, I'm not, as far as I know, gonna die, you know, God willing. I got things to do, man, but we all do. Still, death comes to our door sooner or later. Anyway, I gotta finish my songs. That's all I know. And I want to write better songs, great songs. And that's my goal with my blinders on, you know. So it is what it is. Tired of listening to talking heads. I grab my guitar, crush out what's left. You're laid up behind me in the bed. Let's see. Sounds right. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Tired of listening to talking heads. I grab my guitar, crush out what's left. You're laid up behind me in the bed as I sit here strumming our life. See, I don't have that down right. It's the way I strummed it, man, last time. I don't even know. This is why it's important, you know, when you start a song, to record it and finish it. Because then you're running into this problem to where you can't remember how you even fucking strummed it. Let's see. Tired of listening to talking heads. Grab my guitar, crush out what's left. You're laid up behind me in the bed as I sit here strumming our life away. Hey, 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 hey. Actually, I held it more. That's my problem. I held it more. Okay. Tired of listening to talking heads. Grab my guitar, crush out what's left. You're laid up behind me in the bed as I sit here strumming our life away. Hey, 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 hey. Pissed off and upset. Why does it have to be so hard never meant what I said. Guess you just took it the wrong way. Hey, 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 hey. That's where I go into the chorus, but I'm still hung up on this tracking, this meter right now. Let's see here. I need dandruff shampoo. Okay. Tired of listening, talking heads. Grab my guitar. Crush hours left. You're laid up behind me in the bed as I sit here strumming our life away. Hey, 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 pissed off and upset. Why does it have to be so hard? Never meant what I said. Guess you just took it the wrong way. Hey, 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 hey. And then it goes to the chorus. Just gonna have to work on it, man. Tired of listening, talking it. Grab my guitar. Crush hours left. You're laid up behind me in the bed as I sit here strumming our life away. Hey, 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 hey. Pissed off and upset. Why does it have to be so hard? Never meant what I said. Guess you just took it the wrong way. Hey, 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 hey. Tired of listening, talking heads. Grab my guitar, crush hours left. You're laid up behind me in the bed as I sit here strumming our life away. Hey, 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 hey. Pissed off and upset. Why does it have to be so hard? Never meant what I said. Guess you just took it the wrong way. Hey, 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 hey. You know, when I wrote this song, I was sitting at the end of the bed and I was pissed off. And we were listening to Talking Heads, and she was upset. And I was upset because I was drunk and I was saying stupid things. And I couldn't take back what I said. I mean, that's just the plain and simple of it. You know, it's... You know, when you say things that you don't mean to say, and it's like putting, you know, toothpaste back in a tube, man. You can't do it. I mean, you probably could, but, you know, it'd take a while. I don't know, man. Tired of listening, talking heads. Grab my guitar, crush hours left. You're laid up behind me in the bed as I sit here strumming our life away. Hey, 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 hey. Pissed off and upset. Why does it have to be so hard? Never meant what I said. I guess you just took it the wrong words that I say. How do I take back? How do I take back? I don't know, I'm still working on that part too. Okay. I'm just going to have to start writing it down. You know, finish it. So, here we go. Today's probably the 24th. 25. And I'll just title this Words I Use to Say. And verse 1. Alright. Tired of listening to talking heads. Grab my guitar and crush out what's left. You're laid up behind me. In the bed. So far it's A-B. A-B. No, yeah, no. A, rhyme scheme. You're laid up behind me in the bed. As I sit here strumming our life away. Okay. Pissed off and upset. should be writing this down as in phrases. See, pissed off and upset. Why does it have to be so hard? Never meant what I said. Guess you just took it the wrong way. Alright, so tired of listening to Talking Heads, grab my guitar and crush out what's left. Alright, that would be like one phrase, one idea, right? You're laid up behind me in the bed as I sit here strumming our life away. That would be another idea. Pissed off and upset. Why does it have to be so hard? Never meant what I said. Guess you just took it the wrong way. So tired of listening to Talking Heads. Might as well just say I grab my guitar, or maybe I could just say grab my guitar. Tired of listening to Talking Heads, grab my guitar and crush out what's left. You're laid up behind me in the bed as I sit here strumming our life away. Pissed off and upset. Why does it have to be so hard? Never meant what I said. I think pissed off and upset. Why does it have to be so hard? Never meant what I said is like one phrase. It's like a phrase and a half. And then it would be like, guess you just took it the wrong way. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 phrases. We got 2, 4. Let's see, tired of listening to Talking Heads. That's 1. Grab my guitar and crush out what's left. That's 2. You're laid up behind me in the bed. 3. As I sit here strumming our life away. 4. Pissed off and upset. 5. Why does it have to be so hard? 6. Never meant what I said. 7. Guess you just took it the wrong way. 8. Now I've never heard, I don't know, I could be wrong, an 8-line verse. I don't know. Alright, so let's put the chords. Let's see. Alright. Tired of listening to Talking Heads. Grab my guitar. Crush out what's left. You're laid up behind me in the bed as I sit here strumming. Okay. Tired of listening to Talking Heads. Grab my guitar. Crush out what's left. You're laid up behind me in the bed. Let's see. Okay. So yeah, that would be D5. You're laid up behind me in the bed. Okay, D5. Let's see. D5. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Alright, so second one down. 2, 3. Alright. Okay. Alright. Hopefully I can read that. Tired of listening to talking heads. Grab my guitar. Crush I was led. You're laid up behind me in the bed. As I sit here strumming our life away. Yeah, that sounds right. So, let's see. You're laid up behind me in the bed. You're laid up behind me in the bed. As I sit, as I sit here. You're laid up behind me in the bed. As I sit here strumming our life away. Okay, yeah, that's right. You're laid up behind me in the bed. You know, and this is where I run into a fucking problem. Like, okay, just because I put a D5 over "You're laid up behind me in the bed," you're laid up behind me in the bed as I sit here. Okay, because I could come in. Okay, I could switch chords at, you know, as long as I'm coming down on the downbeat. You're laid up behind me in the bed as I sit. Let's see. You're laid up behind me in the bed as I sit here. Wait. As I sit here strumming our life away. Pissed off and upset. That's the way I've been strumming it. I do that little. Okay, alright, I get it now. You're laid up behind me in the bed as I sit here. Let's see. As I sit here strumming our life away. Pissed off and upset. Yeah, then I go down to D5. Okay, alright. I think I'm getting it. Let's see. As I sit here strumming. Oh, let's see. I sit here strumming our life away. Yeah, because that's the way the melody's going. Okay. See, I'm second guessing myself on where I'm putting these chords as far as, over what words, because like the D5 I put over your, as in you're laid up behind me in the bed. And then I go to the next line, as I sit here strumming our life away, I put an A minor over as. But I didn't start that line yet. I didn't start that phrase. So I can start it on the downbeat. As I sit here strumming our, as I sit here strumming, and then our would be E minor. Our life away would have away D5. Now nobody's telling me how to fucking do this. And they say there's no fucking rules, as far as songwriting goes, so I'm doing it the way I hear it in my head, I mean, I'll just say, Ralph Murphy, one of the old songwriters, he would say, don't switch chords until you switch ideas. Okay? But I'll sit there and watch Paul Simon go through like 100 chords in one verse. And I'm like, well, what the fuck, man? He's like a great songwriter, So I'm just like, as long as I'm staying with the melody, right? I mean, that's what it's about. It's about following the top line, the melody. So, I play that. And I can fit those few syllables in there on that melody of the chord. Alright, now we're on pissed off and upset. So I put a A over pissed, A minor, sorry. Let's see. Pissed off and upset. And then Y, on the next line, it would be a D5. Now later on in my songwriting journey, I might look at this and be like, Brian, you dumbass, why'd you do it this way? I don't know, because I don't know any better right now. All I know is it sounds right. I don't know. But then again, others, top tier songwriters, they probably wouldn't even phrase it like that. But I'm learning, so let's see, why does it have to be so hard? Never meant what I said. And then go down to, guess you just took it the wrong way, because that's whenever the next chord change is. Guess you just took it. The E minor. Way. which would be a D5 overway. I mean, the one thing that they say to do is, make sure your melody line is following the downbeat. If you're on top of the beat. I mean, if you're doing, something like, something would swing, you could be before